With fresh data from the United Nations showing a rise in child trafficking, with Sub-Saharan African countries recording the highest number of victims, the International Justice Mission is calling for stronger collaboration among government agencies, churches, and other stakeholders to curb the disturbing menace. Speaking at Freedom Sunday 2025, a day dedicated to mobilizing action against human trafficking and modern-day slavery, Country Director for International Justice Mission Ghana, Anita Budu, urged societal institutions, especially religious bodies, to take up the fight.
Justice Mission, we believe that in working to protect the poor and most vulnerable from violence and exploitation, the church has a role to play. As faith institutions, we should not only be looking at ourselves, but we should also be looking at the wider community and what God says in that. And so today we focused on God's heart for both righteousness and justice. And often as churches we focus on the righteousness side, but today we are elaborating on God's heart for justice. And what this means is that God is moved by people who are being exploited and abused, because this moves away from how he wanted us as human beings to be. And so this is really the call for the church, that in whichever way, shape or form, that we look in our communities to be able to do what we can to restore this dignity to the most vulnerable in our communities wherever we are.
She also outlined the mission's achievements over the past 10 years, while stressing the need for greater public awareness to facilitate the liberations of victims.
Over the past 10 years, we've brought protection to over 500 children and vulnerable women from various forms of exploitation and trafficking. But further to that, aside from that number, our work with our government partners have also ensured that there are systems in place to prevent children from being in that situation in the first place. Because in as much as you're removing children and vulnerable people from these situations, you want there to be a strengthened net, community of support from social welfare, from the police, from community leaders especially, also to ensure that children don't go out into that situation in the first place.
As the global campaign to end child trafficking gathers momentum, International Justice Mission says it is hopeful the menace can be defeated in the shortest possible time. For Joy News, Maxwell Akolobato, Accra.